Today we're taking a look at the 2018 Nissan Rogue SV. Now in this video we're not going to be covering all of the standard features offered in the Nissan Rogue. We're only going to be covering what features are standard when you're upgrading from the basic S model without any packages. So if you're upgrading from S to SV, we're just going to be covering what features you're going to be having now officially standard without having to opt out any other packages. So now we're going to be starting off on the outside, doing a quick walk around the vehicle, and then moving around to the inside to see what sort of features are now standard on the SV model that were previously not standard on the S model. So now, one of the things you might notice right away is these nice 17-inch alloy wheels. So as soon as you upgrade from the S to the SV, instead of having hubcaps, you actually now have 17-inch alloy wheels. So it makes it look a lot more premium than, of course, a regular Rogue would be. We have now standard these nice LED turn signals with heated mirrors as well. So if you're somewhere with a cold climate area, you actually have heated side mirrors that will actually begin to defrost if you turn on the defroster. So as well as defrosting the rear window, you actually now have that as well. Okay, and speaking of windows, you'll start to notice that the actual rear windows are actually now factory tinted. So again, it is optional on the S, but it's not standard. Now on the SV, we actually have standard rear windows, as well as having this nice roof rack here on the top. So once you option out to the SV, you actually do get a really nice, actually a lot of premium features standard here, as well as having these nice chrome door handles instead of the regular black door handles on the Nissan Rogue S. Option out to the SV and you actually have a really nice chrome door handles. Now starting to walk around here to the back, you'll start to notice this one has a little sticker here. That is because now on the SV you actually have standard power liftgate and motion liftgate. So as all you have to do is just get your foot, as long as you have the key with you, kick it in, step back, and you'll start to notice that the liftgate actually opens by itself. And to do the same thing again, you just go, you kick in, step back, and then it'll actually close by itself as well. And again, this is power, so if you want to do this manually, just press the button and it'll actually start to close by itself. So again, a lot of really convenience features that are added once you upgrade to the higher trim level here. So again, power liftgate, motion liftgate, now standard here on the SV model if you're upgrading from the S trim level. Now one small little thing that's kind of easy to overlook is you now actually have this little button here on the door handles. That's because if you have the Nissan SV, you actually have now standard Nissan's intelligent key. So all you have to do is just press a button, lock the doors, and unlock them. So instead of having to take the key out the car, unlock it through the alarm system, all you have to do is just walk up to the car with the key in your hand, and you're gonna be able to lock the doors and start the vehicle, all with just having the key in your pocket. Now, speaking of the key, you actually notice one extra button here at the top. Once you actually upgrade to the SV model, you actually have remote engine start standard. You simply have to lock the vehicle first, press and hold the start button at the top, and you're going to start up the vehicle. So that pretty much covers some of the exterior changes. Let's go ahead and hop into the inside and cover through a couple more changes here. So as soon as we open up the door, you might notice a couple changes here and there. One of them, of course, being the 6-way power adjustable seating, so you can go up, down, adjust the back and lumbar support, as well of course, as well as having auto headlights. So if you're somewhere darker, it's at night, the headlights will actually automatically turn on for you. Or if you go through a tunnel, you don't have to worry about having to switch on the headlights. If you leave it on auto, they'll actually turn on and off by themselves. You don't have to do anything like that. If it's raining and the windshield wipers do a couple passes, again, the headlights will actually turn on automatically. So again, it's one of those things, set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about turning on, turning off. If you upgrade to the SV, standard intelligent auto headlights. And speaking of Nissan's intelligent key, you'll start to notice that instead of having to put in a key somewhere, there's actually no key slot here anymore. As long as you have Nissan's intelligent key, all you have to do to turn on the vehicle is simply press the brake, press the start button, and the vehicle turns on, just like that. And when you actually remote start it, you actually do have to do the same thing before you actually take off, or the vehicle will actually turn off for safety reasons. Now moving along to the infotainment, this part of the screen is going to be exactly the same as the S model. What you're going to start to notice is what slots below here, down here. So you actually have intelligent dual climate control air conditioning system. So if you set it in automatic mode, it'll actually automatically adjust the fan speed to get to the proper temperature that you want it to. So if we set it to a little bit cooler, you know, it's a little bit fresh in the cabin, so the fan speed stays relatively low. But if I want to crank up the heat, anything like that, you'll start to notice that the system detects that it's actually a different degree. So it automatically turns on the heater, puts the AC up. So let's go ahead and turn it down and let it automatically adjust the fan speed to get the temperature to where it needs to be. So really easy. And I did mention dual, so if the passenger wants to have a completely different temperature, you'll start to see I can have 60 and 69 on a different side. Again, it's all made for comfort. So if one of you is feeling cold, the other one's feeling hot, you can rest assured knowing that you're going to get the perfect temperature blowing to you. And speaking of the audio system, although the display itself is the same, what is different, however, is the fact that you now have 6 speakers now standard compared to the 4 speaker standard on the S model. So again, little things just makes the overall the Rogue a little bit nicer. You get more premium sound, a more premium air conditioning system, and again, moving on with the premium, you actually now have the steering wheel is actually the same flat bottom steering wheel that you're gonna find on the S model. What's different is now it is leather wrapped, and it feels a lot nicer than touching the base model steering wheel. Easier to clean, a lot more. It looks a lot more appealing. And speaking of appealing, this leather, the shift knob's actually also leather wrapped now instead of having like a kind of a rubberish kind of feel to it. So again, some things you might not notice, some things you will, but what you do notice, you definitely feel like you're in a more premium vehicle than the standard S trim model Nissan Rogue. So that's pretty much going to cover all the features there. If you're interested to see what features are standard on the base model, make sure to check out the channel when we're going to go over that. Or if you're interested to see what features are standard above this model in the SL trim level, make sure to check out the channel, subscribe, or we're going to go over to that. As well, if you're interested to see what sort of packages you can get on the Nissan Rogue, again, check out the channel where we're going to go through package to package available in the SV trim level. If you don't want to upgrade to the SL model, you just want more features in the SV trim level, make sure to check out the channel where we're going to feature those as well. Again, so that's going to cover the video there. Thank you for watching and subscribe.